Good morning. So I go on my YouTube channel, right? And the first thing that I see is the first 3 videos I see is a video from Kristen, a video from Philosophical, and a video from My Queen's Eye. So the first video I watched is Philosophical because I'm like, I just woke up. I would go take a shower and clean my bed, change my sheets. I haven't changed them or cleaned my bed or anything in a while because I'm to leave next month. It's currently April. Let me see. Yeah, it's currently April. Today is the total solar eclipse. Today is the total solar eclipse. Okay, so basically, y'all, that's crazy. Hold on, let me get my cards. Okay, so I saw Philosophical and I was listening to her, and you could tell like she's gonna be basically going through what I had to go through to find out the truth about what happened with the system. Because she almost tried to accuse me personally of what had happened again. And I was like, listen, Philly, I understand that you believe in the philosophy of things and you really want to not trust what you see, but those dingbats, they're real. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had them my whole life and they have raped me before. Those dingbats, okay, they are entities. They are entities, okay? And I don't get those entities, okay? I'm not supposed to be receiving that kind of information at this time because I already was raped by them when I was a child. Now, imagine being the type of person to say, well, you're lucky you were raped as a child because now you won't have to be raped as an adult. It doesn't make any sense. I'm saying just because people have trauma, it has not made them stronger. Okay, trauma does not make you stronger. It just does not. Trauma does not make you stronger. It does not make you better. Challenges only cause adversity, and adversity is only for lessons, and they're not your lessons to learn half of the time. Adversity happen on its own. You don't need to tell the storm to have a storm. The storm will happen anyways, whether you like it or not. Divine timing. And you never know. You know how many times that there was a storm about to happen, everything was shutting down, and I realized that I just had to do one thing, and when I did it, everything calmed down. It's because of a string of events. It's power. People want to be able to, they're talking about a domino effect or snowball effect, and they're like, it's a snowball effect, it's a domino effect, and then they want to do it. And I'm like, you understand that it's already been so late that you guys are just finding out the name of the thing that it's called? Like, this happens all the time. Like, and it's not like, and then there'll always be people who look at me and be like, well, you know, people are different than you. Well, you know, you're very unique. And I'm like, you do not know me more than me, first of all. Second of all, people have their own lives to live and their own realities to live. I know where I came from and I know how I got here. Now, I also know that there are people who really tried their best to make it seem like they were the ones that brought me here. And I'm saying I birthed myself. I birthed myself. I felt the birth pains and everything. I don't know. Okay, so I'm telling you, like, okay, so did you feed me growing up? Did you feed me? Did you teach me culture? Did you extend your love and your life to me where in a way that was supposed to help me? Did you parent me? No? So I'm saying, like, people don't understand how hard it is to be my parents. 1. 2, people don't understand clearly how hard it is to be me. 2, 3, it's not even something to be compared to. Okay, so anyway, I was watching Philosophical and she almost got herself caught up trying to get me caught up because somebody else was trying to get her caught up. And I was like, geez, bro, this is crazy. And you can tell it's like it's really a starseed thing. It's more than that. It's a galactic thing and whatever. So I saw her video and I watched it and I was like, okay. And then the next video I'm seeing is what'd you call it? Chris Lux Empress, okay, Kristen, and I love that Kristen was legit from the get-go. Like, I could tell in this generation, things are so different. In this generation, people do not like being fake. People don't like fake people. People don't like bullies. Even if you had, it doesn't even matter what you look like. Honestly, like you could, and people, and I think that's the thing with the old generation is like they're like, oh well, this person's transgender and this person that and then that person's that, and I'm like, okay, well, you know the hermaphrodites are real, right? Like hermaphrodites are fully real. Like we have real hermaphrodites. People are truly born hermaphrodites, and they're still human, and they're not to be worshipped just like any man or woman, and they might have the option or decision to be able to decide if they are a man or a woman. And how is that anybody's problem or business, you know? And then and what I'm trying to say about the whole situation as well is that, okay, so if the hermaphrodites are born, you know how fucking insensitive and rude it is for someone who has money to be like, oh well, I want to be, you know, I want to be a man or a woman, and then they'll go and be transgender. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's very insensitive and very insensitive. It's extremely insensitive, and I think it's like absolutely demoralizing for those of us who are actually from the countries that, you know, have to deal with the consequences of these fucking idiots who think they have money to be able to do these things, when in reality, what do they have? Didn't they take half of their fucking money? Oh, all the gold from where? Is it not our gold still? Still, the shit is ours. The land is ours. The like everything is ours. It's with God at the end of the day. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, when I came in to watch Kristen, and Kristen is talking about Libra energy, and I'm like, you know what is right? She's talking about the 7th house, and I have a lot of things in the 7th house, especially my. So then I had to be able to. I'm really thinking like, okay, I always forget why I come here. I always forget why I come here. It's like a huge thing for me. It's like, why the fuck am I here again? Like, why don't I just leave? Like, you don't understand. The kind of energy I have is the type of energy where it's like, if I dress up, grab a bag, put everything in my backpack, put on my clothes, I will dip. I will leave. I don't need my ID. I don't need pictures. I don't need passport. I don't need my phone. I don't need nothing. I will leave. If I end up dead somewhere, I guess that's how it's meant to be. That's literally how I am. I used to be 15, 16, walking around in the streets of darkness in Russia with the lights and lamps on, all by myself. 15, 16 years old, because nobody who was going to be there for me. When I was in high school, I had to study by myself. Anytime I would ask for help for studying, everybody would be busy, 1, or 2, all my friends and those that I considered my family, they would just be like, oh, sorry, we can't help you right now. My mother would just pretend she didn't even know what the fuck was going on. In fact, she didn't even know what the fuck was going on in the papers. So she was like, I don't know how to help you with this shit. Like, you know this more than me. And that's really her attitude. And I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I gotta figure this shit out somehow. Like, literally, like, me in school, I had like very serious trauma from what had happened, and I had to pretend like everything was okay and normal, but I couldn't pretend. That was the one thing I couldn't do, was pretend like everything was okay and normal, and that's why everybody was calling me names and bullying me and doing all this and that. But it's something I understand as well, like, okay, so you have a weird ass kid coming to school and they're acting weird as fuck, so you know it's weird for the other kids, and they're all used to themselves and their culture, so of course they're gonna start like being kind of like, you know, there's gonna be some kind of weirdness in between those cultures. That's normal. That's normal. It's normal. When a white person meets a black person for the very first time, it's like the reaction is like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy, because why? It's normal. It's normal. You've never seen anybody like that before. You never even thought that people would be like that. If you just saw a random ass blue person, you'd probably be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you'd probably be like shook it a little bit. You're like, is that your real skin tone? Like, it's a part of the process, you know what I mean? Not the process isn't easy, and that's where the adversity comes from too. So now that we're in the 7th house, now I want to be able to explain to people, like, I want to be able to explain to people exactly, like, I don't even know, bro. I feel like this is what it is. I feel like there are people who want to explain to other people their own business so that other people are more lenient towards them to listen and to understand them. Even though people are already listening and being lenient to understanding them. My thing is that when people misuse and abuse and like try to misuse and abuse their platforms, and then the whole thing with like trying to call me transgender, like as if I didn't have to go through dysphoria. I already went through dysphoria. I already went through the dysphoria. I already went through the dysphoria. Like when I did my other YouTube channel, I made a 2-hour video live about how hard, about my trauma, about everything that I had to go through, about being an initiator for the 144, what it meant for me to be chosen, and what kind of trauma I had to go through, and my dysphoria, and what I had to learn, and the lessons I had to learn from dysphoria and body dysmorphia. But then they try to act like the only reason these people feel as though they have to do things that they have to do is because they were so pussy when they were going through their lessons, and they made so many mistakes that they cannot go back from, that they have attempted to normalize themselves. You understand? They literally have attempted to normalize themselves because of how many mistakes they've made. So if you understand what normalcy is, then they can't threaten your normalcy. In reality, and I don't need people, oh, normal is different. No, the fuck is not. I'm tired of people not doing their motherfucking research. We have countries in the world with these names put on them so people remember these keys and keywords. There's a reason I know these keys. Yeah, because most of them are in Africa. So now, what you call it? You guys have named your countries and named your cities and named your towns after town, cities and countries that already fucking exist, confusing people all over the place, making things really complicated for everyone, confusing the maps, changing the dates on the maps, making people confused about what day, what time it is, what's going on, what, where, how, what, everything. And then when the truth is revealed and the truth is here, and now the word is here, and everybody is like chilling, and we're wondering, well, what are you guys doing? Well, what are you guys doing? What's going on? You know, they're telling me, well, you know, we're completely new to this, so we don't know how we're gonna be able to. We don't know how to even get started. We don't even know where to start. I'm like, what the fuck, are you dead ass? Like, bro, start from where it began. like start from where it began. Like, clearly you if you're going through, and then this nigga was really trying to tell me like, oh, well, who was your friend on the phone? Like, as if I didn't call 911 to call them in. He was like, imagine, okay, so for whatever reason it happened, okay, when I called 911 to call them, right, I called 911. Then it was like, oh, well, who was on the phone with you? Who was your friend on the phone? And I'm like, do you have some sort of friend that you're trying to bring over to me? Because I don't remember asking you about no motherfucking friend. 1, 2, I didn't even, like, how stupid are you to even ask me that question when you knew that I was calling 911? 3, did you really think I was gonna be on the phone planning or setting something up? And when you came over, you found out that that's not how it worked, and you thought it was going to happen that way. I wonder why you would think that, right? So I looked at him in the face and I said, if you feel like you have an issue or you're coming into my home threatened and shit like that, like, maybe you should understand that maybe it's you that has an issue, and maybe you're here because I'm calling you in to be able to fix whatever issue you have. For real. Because then I started like reevaluating. Like, at first I was like in panic and I was like kind of scared, and I was like, you know what, like, I really do need protection. Let me make sure that there's somebody here to protect me. And then when this nigga came in, I was like, you know what? This is kind of stupid and ridiculous. Now that I think about it, you are a pussy, and I literally just got scared. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. Like, I had to reevaluate my thought by just how these the police officer type person was, by how they were acting. I was like, okay, so clearly I'm the one that's logically sound here. Like, clearly there's something going on here. But I think what it is that I've seen this before, okay, and I know it's real, okay, and I know it's real. You know why? Because when I know spiritually gifted people, they are able to see, to feel these beings and hear them and whatnot, and people who have their pineal glands stuck, they don't hear or see or do any of that. okay? And I want to be able to explain why. When I was in the country house and I was living with my aunt, with my grand aunt, she was like an aunt to the left, right? There are people, okay, so there are people who really genuinely have issues with their own families. Now, I've always had a great time with my family. Yeah, my family has done a bunch of fucked up shit, but it's family for a fucking reason, and that's the thing. Blood is thicker than water. No matter what I can do, no matter what I do, these people are going to have to understand that I'm not adopted. That no matter what I do, these people are going to have to understand that yes, my mother pushed me out of her womb, but I was the one who birthed myself because of how closed-minded people were. That I was genuinely born in this world to be able to clear my own karma, my own bloodline, the bloodline that I know was supposed to be mine. It's not your bloodline. It's not your auntie's bloodline. It's not the random viewer bloodline. It's not, no. Most of the people who are doing YouTube and doing the tarot, y'all are all part of my bloodline. But the fact of the matter is that I was specifically born to be able to initiate the same thing that I am talking about right now. How do I know that? It's because it is embedded within my DNA. I did not have to go and do research to be able to find this information. This was very clear for me from the get-go. In fact, I knew this information and all I needed to do was be able to prove it. And as soon as I was able to prove it externally and internally, that was it. The cycle was complete. My karma was complete. My mission was done. I had already finished everything. I did my mission, y'all, because that was exactly what the fuck I was focused on from the get-go. When I was born, bitch, I didn't crawl. This is me crawling now. I didn't crawl when I was born and shit. I didn't crawl. I walked. When I was born, I was a toddler. I was fucking sitting down quiet. I didn't cry a lot. I never really cried a lot. Everybody always talked about how the fuck I was quiet all the time when I was a child. And that's why when I grew up, I was crying more. It was just like things always made sense. When I was a child, I didn't cry at all. When I grew up, I started crying more. Why? Because I understood why I didn't cry at all. I already memorized and analyzed and secured and preserved and accumulated information ever since I was young, because I knew that they told me that children have brains like a sponge. So I was like from the get-go, because I'm a time traveler. So I'm able to understand, realize, and get this information. But also something I'm doing is protecting my inner child, because I know what the fuck happened to me when I was younger. But people's timelines is fucked and confused and twisted and turned. And they don't understand that, like, 1123, the year 1123 is our current year. If you're talking about the year 2000, that's in the future. You understand? So when you're talking about, 1936, people are saying like, somebody was born in 1936. I'm like, isn't that just 936? Because somebody fucking lied to you and told you were in 1936 and you weren't. You were 936, literally 936. That's 936 years after Jesus was born, because that's when the timeline would have been reset. Because Jesus would have been born 1,000 years before me, which is a century before me, which is a centurion before me, which is why Sagittarius right now is doing what the fuck it needs to do. Which is why Sagittarius is being known for the healing energy, and Aquarius is known for the Uranus energy of the change and transformation. Like, it's really, 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 really simple. And it's the fact that people's minds are overcomplicated, that they're not able to then seek the truth or answer within. Because how are you supposed to seek answers and truth within when you have blockages in your mind? It's so simple. It's not even just blockages in your chakras, bro. It's blockages in your mind. How do you have blockages in your mind, bro? That's crazy. Nah, I don't fuck with any of that mind blockage bullshit. My mind has been clear ever since I was a kid, bro. Ain't no fucking way you're gonna try and tell me that I'm like this or that, or I don't know what the fuck. I don't even care if I'm on drugs, bro. If I'm on drugs, I'll stare at you face to face and I'll be like, tell me I'm not sober. Tell me I'm not sober, because guess what? You don't know what the fuck that word means. Because it doesn't matter how many fucking, like, when I was in those after parties and I would do like fucking ketamine and shit, yeah, the psychoactive drug that would also help with healing depression? I had to find out for myself. Ain't no way you were gonna tell me that my depression could be healed by a drug, because every drug that I ever was supposed to take that they try to give me try to zombify me. So I'm like, I'm not finna be no motherfucking zombie, bitch. You hear those dogs? So I was like, I'm not gonna be no motherfucking zombie. Nah. So when I did the recreational drugs and I realized what a fucking K-hole is, and I realized what a fucking like enlightenment felt like, and when I did nitrous and I found out vibrational frequency and I mastered it, and people didn't understand how the fuck I did that because everybody else who tried to do it died. I'm like, because niggas experimented on me when I was a child. Niggas experimented on me when I was a kid. Niggas experimented on me. So obviously I'm finna know how to survive experimentation. And I know when they're trying to string me along, bitch. We've been there, done that. How many governments do you think have been trying to control me? Make it make fucking sense. So now let me find out. So the next video I saw was Kristen, right? And so she's like, she's been on her shit. She's been getting her shit together, like for real, energetically. And what'd you call it? It only works when you put in the work type shit. But then that's when I saw my Queen's Eye video. I haven't watched it yet. I just saw the title. And then somebody was like, and then she said somebody prayed too much and didn't do enough work. And that's what I'm talking about. They always want to be able to separate somebody like, oh, you see, for example, if you do this more and then you do this less. Like, that's how they sound like to me. That's how they sound like to me. I'm not even fucking kidding, bro. That's why I cannot mimic or copy them, because it fucks with my voice. It fucks with my senses. It fucks with my personality. It fucks with me. I'm like, I don't fuck with y'all's energy at all. Y'all sound like creepy, like weird, like illiterate, like you don't know what you sound like until you hear yourself, really, truly. And so when I'm listening to myself and I'm hearing myself and people are like, well, she likes to hear herself and listen to herself, and I'm like, okay, well, you don't like to listen to your own voice, that's your fault. So that's not me, right? So what I'm trying to say is that they always want to throw fault and blame. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. What's the fault? What's the fault here? Because they don't understand the Bible. The Bible says you're not at fault for anything because humans can be blameless. The Quran, right? What does it say? It says that women are the matriarchs of the families, and they need to be well taken care of by their husbands, or else the society is not going to turn out well at all. Matriarchs and mothers need to be cared for, loved, and praised, or else the society is not going to be happy wife, happy life, period. That's the whole Quran. That's the whole Quran. Happy wife, happy life, period. And in the Quran as well, it says for the women, like, okay, well, if your husband, right, or if the man wants to be able to have multiple women, can he handle it? Does he have the financial support? Is the accounting right? Does it make sense in your brain for this nigga to have multiple wives? So why are you trying to marry him? That's all. So I'm trying to say is like there's a lot of shit inside that. There's a lot of information in the Quran about how to live a proper society. Yeah, and there are those who don't know how to be able to follow the Quran, and there are those who who read the Bible and they don't know how to follow the Bible. Okay, so once you read the Bible and the Bible is telling you, well, humanity is real, and Quran is telling you womanhood is also real. So you go to the Torah. What does the Torah say? Torah will tell you hell is not real. I was like, okay. So what's going on? The Torah is telling me hell is not real, right? The Bible is telling me that, Jesus Christ is real, and that God is real, and that, humanity is also real. And the Quran is telling me womanhood is real, humanity is real, basically, right? Humanity is real. Living a proper civilization is real, right? So you go to other scriptures, all of them are saying like, well, being happy is real, being good is real. And then you continue living life, and you find out that back in the day, previous empires, more so, Incas, Mayas, all of them, that they too knew about the 20,000 year cycle, that's why they had already been gone, and that's why there were cannibals and whatnot, right, running around, because they already ascended, and then all these people had to starve. That's really what happened, right? So then you start thinking about it and you're like, okay, so all these civilizations, every single one of these civilizations know for a fact that we're about to have a 20,000 year cycle that's about to be for peace, for the golden age, and that's why we're all here. But bitches want to act like they need to be saved. And that's the part that I'm like, no, bitch, you fucked up. Y'all had 8,000, if not 6,000, specifically 6,000 years to figure y'all shit out. Y'all almost even had 7,000 years to figure your shit out. And we cut that shit short. 923 years you guys wasted. 923 years. You understand? 923 years. And if you're not a part of those 923 years, now you know who the fuck has been doing all the shit. Because trying to save people is not going to do you shit. Fuck all. Is it your job? Are you a firefighter? Huh? Where's your certificates at? Where's your where's your paperwork? Huh? Because y'all don't be understanding the kind of fucking qualifications that is required to be able to even solve or help people. And but y'all want to look at me and act like I'm doing the same thing. Okay, so what? My presence is helpful, Abby. Is helpful. I know how to be helpful. I don't just sit around and wait for other people to do the work, which I don't even understand what work it would be. Why would I even be here? That's really the question. Why would I be here? I've been trying to fucking take myself out since I was a kid. People are acting like I'm here to help people. I'm like, bruh, I've been trying to take myself out. Why do you think that is? They want to go, oh, because you. And I'm like, okay, so you don't want to learn the lesson, leave me alone. When you have Dante's Inferno and they talked about it also being humor, I already talked about everything on YouTube. I put everything down. I'm done with this conversation. I put everything down on YouTube for the past 6 years on everything that was going on, everything that was happening, all the breadcrumbs, everything. And YouTube had already deleted all my things, had deleted all my work, was already targeting me. They had already known from the get-go that they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing, sending those bots my way, first of all. Second of all, sending people my way to be able to copyright my work. Third of all, copywriting work that wasn't even copyrighted to begin with. Fourth of all, stealing my content and trying to register my content under their fucking supervision and their policies without my fucking consent. Fifth of all, did not even fucking email me, message me, or do anything like that to be able to even announce me of the deactivation of my account. And multiple accounts have been doing the same thing, and it's been because of the same situation. Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of them are being under judgment right now. You think that it's just, because of application or iPhone application or whatnot. No, fuck that. It's the fact that us programmers actually have to be able to program the reality we need to program for the reality we're going to be able to fucking live in. And these people have been keeping y'all stalled. They've been keeping y'all stalled. And instead of listening to the truth for what it is, y'all want to be able to do what? Resurrect who? Resurrect who? Resurrect who? Isn't a resurrection meaning two things? There are two things you can resurrect: a statue or a soul. But I was never dead. These bitches got me fucked up. I learned something. From having to go through what I went through, but it wasn't because I had to go through what I went through. I'm tired of people acting like, well, you had to. No, bitch. I didn't have to, you bitch. You cunt, slut, whore. I didn't have to. And I'm sick of it. Oh, you volunteered. Actually, bitch, shut the fuck up. My life doesn't revolve around you. That's really how I be feeling with this shit. This is really how they be feeling. Like, oh, I can't believe nobody asked you. I'm just gonna give y'all towards just for anyone who actually does come across this video, anyone who actually does watch this video all the way through. Not one person will ask you for anything. They won't. If anybody asks you for anything, obviously they're asking you for a reason, but nobody would have asked you for anything if it was without a reason. If it's without a reason, then that's a test, obviously. That's somebody that you need to watch out for. People are not understanding this as energy. They want to look at it as people to the point where they'll actually hate. But there are people who and entities who want to represent these characters because of how we favor them, because we're human. As human beings, when we favor these energies, when we favor these things that we make, because we make them under the supervision with God, under supervision. That's really what it is. Supervision. You understand? Supervision. I can't make this shit up. I literally could not make this shit up. You know where these cards and how the fucking ways the way that these cards are designed, tarot specifically is designed in the way of Kabbalah. Kabbalah is within the, the darkness of Judaism, of Jewish energy, of the Torah. It's religious. So when you're utilizing these cards and you're not even fucking Jew and you're claiming to be fucking Christian and you can't even tell Jesus Christ in your own fucking cards, then what the fuck are you doing? They'll be looking at that. They'll be trying to, first of all, they'll be trying to take out Archangel Michael. Then they'll try to take out Archangel Michael's energies, wife energy. That should be wild as fuck. First of all, who asked you to assign gender to people? That should be wild as fuck. Then they'll be confused about who's transgender. Who even asked? That, it's funny, in Nigeria, in Africa, we don't even comply to those things. Why do you think in Nigeria we're asking people, why are you gay? No, really, why are you gay? Remember that meme? Why are you gay? You think that's a genuine fucking question? People who ask, why do you think this nigga was there? And everybody was clowning and everybody was talking about Bobrinski. Everybody was talking, the whole of Africa was talking about this one nigga. But we don't, that's not, I'm trying to say, it's like, everybody was asking questions. Everybody was there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on in our reality? Like, for real? Like, do we take, do we not? Do we like, what was going on here? How did this all start? How did this begin? People were like saying, oh, it's video games. You gotta, we have certain laws, certain rules. It's culture. We all had to grow. But here it's like, come on. You guys built this shit for yourselves. You built this shit for yourselves. You asked for this. You wanted pedophiles walking around California raping children left and right. You guys love that shit. Remember the Epstein Island series? You guys ate that shit up. You guys loved watching it. Remember you guys loved watching all the serial killer documentaries and all those people who would murder and all the documentaries. Remember, you wasted all your motherfucking time instead of just fucking looking it up. You wasted all your motherfucking time. They were just repeating the story face to face at you. Like, remember when we did this to you? Remember when we did that to you? Remember when we hurt you? Basically, that's what they were doing. These bitches were playing with you. They were coming at you with tiger masks and fucking masks of animals, playing with you. And instead of seeing the truth, you guys want to be able to block yourself from what? What is this? Look, you know, I feel like y'all really have no idea what a fucking loving, kind, sharing family is. Y'all never had anyone protect. This is so sad. This is so sad that I have to bring this up. But when my mom was getting beaten up by my dad, and she would get hit all the time, like when she got hit and my dad hit me and shit like that. I remember when I saw her she got hit and she fell really dramatically on the floor, right? And it was super dramatic, but whatever. She fell super dramatic on the floor, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna have to protect her because I don't want him to kill her, right? Type shit. So I would stand up and be like, no, like leave her alone, like she's already down, like you don't have to keep doing this to her. So I remember he would move me out the way and then take her to the room type shit. It was quite sad, but you know, like that's what I mean. It's like you don't know what the fuck we had to go through with this fucking fuck shit. Like they really, like this entity was really all up in our fucking family. Like this entity was really all up in our family, and I'm not afraid to say who it was. Get behind me, Satan. But for people who really think that they somehow or some way can be able to remove themselves from the fucking bullshit that they did, fuck that. Religion won't save you. Religion won't save you. My twin taught me that. My twin was the one who taught me that. We can't be with our twin flames in this lifetime because we're too similar. We're too alike. You get it? We're too alike. We're just two people who are just like, he really is just like my brother. He really feels just like my brother, bro. If you knew your twin face to face, then you would know that this nigga is not for you, bro. Like, it's just not gonna work. Like, and I didn't know that. I didn't see that before he did. He saw that first. He saw it first. He was the one who told me. In fact, I felt as if I was pushing it so hard for him to be so different than me. That's how I felt about the situation. And people really thought that it was like, people really thought it was their job and whatnot to be able to. And I'm like, you don't even know what I'm going to have to go through in this lifetime for you to be able to think and assume. And it's really that energy of, oh, this person is meant to be married young. It's because they're so quick to marry themselves in tarot before they realize that I was like, literally, they're reading me as a child. Before they realize that I'm actually 10 years old in that reading that they're trying to fucking marry me in. Like, and that will be the same shit that'll get them caught up, because all their readings will then be wrong, but then they want to be scared. They want to be like, but it came out, bitch. You fucking programmed the shit to come out that way. And that's why people have trust issues. And there'll be the same people who will be giving you trust issues, who will look at you and be like, oh, you have trust issues. Like, bitch, are you dead ass? Type shit. Really? Really? Really, bitch? Really? So basically that's what's going on. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like over here, like really finally finding out how I can really communicate with those that I need to communicate. I found my soulmate again. Like, it's really funny how my soulmate moves, because all the bodies that he enters are so like, like, why are you going on? Why is my soulmate always popping into these bodies? I'm saying is, this nigga wild. Is my soulmate the same person as my twin flame? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, see? Look. See, that's him. This is it. I'm trying to say. See, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm saying I don't think so. Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's not supposed to be turbulent. Nobody's supposed to be. Who is this create? Somebody wants to take flights just to be able to create turbulence or something, or somebody is trying to do something to create turbulence. Or what's this? What's going on? Heavenly Father, who's going through turbulence? At this point, I don't know if somebody is on a roller coaster or if somebody is on in a fucking car somewhere and just constantly driving, because I can't fucking move, bro. I think somebody is trying to use my energy just to be able to work. I'm trying to say. Well, that's why I'm sitting down all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. Yo, bro, I'm gonna cry because people it's like they don't understand. Basically, they literally, what they do is that they pretend, right? They pretend that in my energy. They pretend that me. They pretend like they have the same quality I have. And then later, they think they are working upon these qualities and then projecting the pain and like, oh, she's probably going through pain. Oh, she's probably, like, imagine somebody cutting themselves and being like, oh, but I'm not feeling the pain. I mean, now Allison is the one feeling that. Make it make sense. Make it make fucking sense. So they're really saying my name and projecting the same pain they are feeling onto me just so that they can pretend they're not feeling the pain, just so that I can sit down and not feel and feel confused over where the energy is coming from. Who is this? Who is that person? I'm telling us the truth. Who is that person? Who is it that's doing this? Who is it that's doing this? Somebody is really trying to make it seem as if they are Jesus Christ. Somebody thinks they're chosen as Jesus Christ. Like somebody out here really believes that they're Jesus Christ. No, I'm saying, okay, so this is my twin telling me too. Like somebody out here believing that they're really Jesus Christ. Yeah, see? Like I knew something was weird. See, that's what I'm trying to say. So there's a fucking transgender out here who really thinks that they are Jesus Christ. Yeah, and they're trying to make it seem like it's me to be able to, or me or my twin. Yo, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? Because you know, the saddest, they don't even understand how insulting that is. They don't even know how fucking insulting that is. They don't even know, bro. They have no idea. They have no fucking idea. There are real hermaphrodites out here who honor Jesus Christ. And there are people who are transgender who think they are Jesus Christ. That's too much. That's not even it. Because when I was going through dysphoria, I knew that those were the attacks that they were sending. And I know that it's not that somebody was... I know it's not because... I know it's not a fucking test. No, you can't get me started on this ego test bullshit nonsense. I can't be doing this. I'm tired of this nonsense. So this is what they're doing. These people really think that they're in control of me to the point of that they're trying to make it seem like they are listening to my commands. No, that's what it is. There are people who are pretending to be my spirit guides. Some people are fucking... Yo, reveal to me now. Who is it that thinks that they are my spirit guides? Reveal to me now, because that's evil as fuck. And they already know it. So I don't know why they're trying to even act like I would be hurt by it. Yeah, I'm telling you. This is a snake. Somebody wants a snake. Literally. That's really what it is. I'm going to give that to God. I'm saying. Somebody wants a snake. I did. I wanted a snake when I was younger. So people are... As a pet, okay? As a pet. People are fucking weird. See how they misconstrued my life? They misconstrued my life just to be able to get evidence on my life and my Akashic records. Like, bro, you're only gonna find out how you fucking died in this lifetime. And then you're going to be scared your whole fucking life. That's really what's gonna happen. People are trying to find out how they die. You know, the death is just rebirth. You're supposed to await for your death. You're supposed to wait for it. And if you're so quick to look for it, that's exactly what you're calling on to. That's spell work. But people are like acting, and they're acting like I'm not just tapping into my fucking logic. I have to literally pull out the card to be like, see, it is perfectly logical. Literally. I have to literally pull out the cards to be like, this is logic. I have to literally pull out the cards to be like, this is to be smart. Like I have to literally pull out the cards so people are aware that I am telling the truth and that I'm not trying to, like, I don't know. Can you imagine? I can't, guys, I don't understand this shit at all. Where it's like people really, they are in such disbelief over the fact that I am a real person. Because they have put it in their minds that they have to fabricate a reality that is a character to be able to do something about to somebody else, to be able to feel as if they could relate to that somebody else, so they can be able to go in some kind of direction where it's nothing to do with me though. But it's nothing to do with me though. So for me to be able to, for me to hear all this nonsense, for me to feel all this nonsense, for me to sense all that, but what does that have to do with me? And then all of them being like, well, it doesn't have to be, well, okay, then leave me alone. And then they have an issue with that. But so when they have an issue with the fact that they can't save themselves after what they have done to themselves, somehow it's now a me problem. No, it's not a me problem, because when I was there, I saved people and people saved themselves at the same time. What happened? I know I did my job. And that's the part that people are really missing, is that they are the ones not doing their job, but they want to do mine. What? What job is it that they think that I'm doing? Shit don't even make fucking sense. It doesn't even fucking make sense. I see, you see, those are the 2 cents that are mine. At the end of the day, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I can't. Y'all let go. A lot of these motherfuckers let go of their journey. A lot of people in their spiritual path never got on their spiritual path. A lot of these people who were claiming to talk about spiritual journey, spiritual path, a lot of these people didn't even know what the fuck they were talking about. So these people were dead ass just reading the cards. And I was the one who figured it out. I was the one. I was like, hey, hold up. What does that card really mean? And I had to go look it up. I had to get my own deck and everything. But I didn't get my deck afterwards. I already had a video talking about all this shit. Look, I already did it. I'm not going to allow you build upon me anymore. I'm not going to allow any of you guys build anything upon me. I'm not. I don't care that you don't like me. You've never liked me. That was the whole reason you never got to like me. I don't know why these people, first of all, the first thing they'll do is come to me hostile and then act as if I'm supposed to be peaceful with them. No, you are immediately uninvited. That's just the fact. You come at me hostile, you're immediately uninvited. You're going to have to go through a whole new life. You're going to have to go through a whole new life. I don't know where people forgot that I am the pillar of heaven and earth. I don't know where people forgot that. That wasn't something that they could forget. I'm pretty sure that they made it very clear for themselves as well. Why do you think that they're trying to... It's really like they're like trying to come at me like, oh, tell us how to live type shit. And I'm like, no. That's a stupid question. That's wishful thinking for you to think that you could come up to me and ask that question. You see, I don't have to actually meet these people. I don't actually have to see these people. I'm clearing my own path. Lord Ganesh is clearing my path for me as well. Lord Jesus Christ, clearing my path for me as well. Why do you think that is? You know why? God is real. I am with God. And these men who have ascended, these ascended masters, these amen who have ascended, they are our guides. They were our preceding guides before. They already were here a long time, watching, calculating, making sure, observing, knowing. And then women, true matriarchs, we are the ones that are in the stars, the sky, the land, the ground, the everything. We hold the energy of femininity as, at the end of the day, we are man and woman for a reason. We are man and woman for a reason. There's a reason that Lilith existed. There's a reason Adam existed. There's a reason Eve existed. They all still energetically are here. Why? Because the energy does not fucking lie, doesn't go anywhere. You either master it or you don't. I had to go through hell. Not everybody had to go through hell. Why? Because some people knew how to listen to people who did have to go through hell. I had to go through hell. In the Torah, it says hell doesn't exist. But I had to go through it. So somebody has to fess the fuck up about what the fuck really happened. Either my dad and my mom did everything they could to sustain the energy and power that they had at the time, knowing perfectly well that they both did not have the accurate resources at the time, because we were both going from 0 to 100. We didn't grow up fucking rich. They're looking at me like they're like, but isn't your grandfather, isn't this person an emperor? Isn't it a king? And did you forget about the fucking war? They destroyed our land. They destroyed our homes. And you guys actually had the audacity to come and act like we were monkeys because of the way we were living after you had come in and destroyed our home. Make it make sense. So now that we're here and we're going to be building these homes here, what happened? Where's your government, huh? Where's your government? Oh. Y'all fucked up. Y'all don't have a government. Y'all don't have police officers. Y'all don't have a government. Y'all don't have a constitution. So now, companies are ruling you people. Job is getting his karma, his good karma. Job is. Because he had to go through the most to be able to provide for other people the kind of education they needed to know about workforce and unions and unity. Venusian energy, aka Tartarian energy. Because the Venusian Council would have ruled Tartaria and has been ruling Tartaria, which would be now called Russia. Just because y'all decide to change your names and steal and try to steal St. Petersburg and try to steal all the energy and all that try to steal it doesn't mean that we don't know how to survive that kind of bullshittery. Russia has existed over 2,000 years. We knew that. Tartaria has existed over 2,000 years. We knew that. So the only way that 2023 would exist is if we're following the Russian calendars, and clearly they've been following Roman calendars, so clearly we know what's the issue here is with the Roman Empire, period. We been knew that though. That's why they had insects on their shields. Soldiers, warrior ants, the 300. People are not remembering the fucking war. It never fucking made sense to me. It never made sense to me in history class why the fuck it even began. But people just acted like I should have just remembered the dates. I remember the time. Like, remember the dates, remember the times, remember everything. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? I already figured out that there was bullshit. Tell me why in American countries they're studying American history. In Russian countries they're studying Russian history. In African countries they're studying African history. And in English they're studying British history. But then in my school we studied African history, British history, Mongolian history. We studied all the history of the world. We were unbiased. It was our choice, our decision. Why? Because the owner of our school was very good at what the fuck she was doing. Yeah, she, a real woman. And her name, Miss A. Hey, let's go. Let's go. It's called respect. And she respected me. She respected me, you know? They were constantly trying to expel me from school because my hair was dyed, because my mom was being rebellious, right? I wasn't gonna be rebellious. She decided to be rebellious for me, Ivy. So she decided to like dye my hair. She was like, you should dye your hair blonde. She was one of them like cool moms type shit. Maybe she actually did become a cool mom later on. Maybe that was her goal, you know? Because that was like something that she actually would have a priority on. When I found out that she's not an Aquarius, she's a Capricorn, everything made sense. Everything made sense. She can barely remember. Even in the cards, she can barely remember. It's not master manipulation for shit. I knew she was innocent from the get-go because she didn't know what the fuck was going on. Because my dad was 10 years older than her. She was 20, he was 30. That should have been clear from the get-go that he clearly knew more than her. But he was getting his PhD, so he was still in school. And that's the whole thing about the situation, is people really did not have any compassion for us. Did not have any compassion for Jews, for black people, for druids, for magic. People didn't have any compassion for love, for relevancy, for family. Didn't have no compassion for shit. Yeah, our family was pretty fucked up and we have pretty fucked up details, but we know who the most fucked up one who came up to our family was, and is the person who literally kicked me out of my own apartment. And she was not a blood relative. Tom. So what I'm saying is that when she was in that mindset and stuff like that, and this nigga tried to take advantage of her in America. He tried to take advantage of her, like being like, I don't know, bro. She used to play games. That's how they both got themselves caught up in that mess. That's really how it happened. Both the person and the person that she then married when I was in college got themselves caught up. Maybe they got married in fucking Vegas. Who fucking knows, bro? Who really fucking knows, bro? That's their life. That's their life. But when I was talking about it with people and talking to people about what I was going through and the concerns and situations I was going through, they didn't have any compassion for me and my experience. I had to have compassion for my experience. I had to understand that when I'm younger, I'm not going to be able to understand everything. So I had to grow up quickly. So I didn't have time to get into a relationship for love. I had to get into a relationship for the mission, for my goal, for my achievements, for my life, for God. Love was already within me. I had to just realize that God was within me too. But people acted like I didn't have to get to know God just like how everybody else has to. It's that simple. I wasn't a fucking whore. I wasn't a prostitute. Every single contract that I had then made, by the way, the person who became a cop later on, who became a police officer, I already had a contract with him. And a real motherfucking contract. As in, I was the one who sat there with him and made that contract together with him for a year. And the contract was over the year later. And the entire time, it wasn't what I needed. So I understood how to be able to make contracts appropriately. And he too understood the lesson before he got into the force. I don't even know if he got the job. But the way people are reading the cards, they're misconstruing information and mishandling this information. You understand that they're spreading false lies, gossip, slander, and YouTube is supporting it while shutting my stuff down about the truth. And they're all talking about me up until I come up there and I interrogate them. Then they want to act scared. Then they want to talk directly to me. But then when I comment in the comment section, they want to act like it's not me. But then when they call me out their names, they lose their lives. And that's logical. It's logical. It's not a cause and effect that I fucking made. You think I can make a cause and effect? That's a scam. That's a scam. Anyone who tries to act like they can somehow manipulate or control a cause and effect energy, that's a scam. And I don't need people to bring con into artistry. Because that's how you know you fucked up. There's no such thing as con artistry. Get over yourselves. You don't like to be a fool? Listen to some fucking J. Cole or something. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign. Load the chopper, let it rain on you, nigga. Y'all don't know Saturn? Y'all know Saturn? Ta. Cause you know what the teachings of Saturn are, right? Cause you know it's in the Quran, right? Oh, now y'all gonna start understanding. Cause y'all wanted to claim God is the God of order. Saturn is the one that does the order. It influences the order. So God works through Saturn. You know that. You know that. So if God works through Saturn, and to be able to learn how to be appropriately scheduling stuff, to be disciplined, to be aware, to be conscious, and to be thriving, especially within AI, because you know what the fuck the Ben Stone is, right? Especially if you want to thrive with AI and everything, then you would have to learn what the order is and how to be in order. So you would have to straight up understand how to pray. What do you think Sun Salah is? Or understanding fasting? In house of fasting, you don't do the same thing. And in Jewish fasting, it's completely different. In Jewish fasting, you don't even use technology. You don't even use technology. What automation? Like Mormons up in this hole. What is going on? We don't know nothing about that. My mom used to be the one to make me flush her toilet when she used to fast. Can you imagine? My mother used to make me flush her own toilet. She used to tell me, switch on the TV for me. I was like, aren't you? It's not cheating. I was like, isn't that cheating? That's how I knew she cheated. Because there's no way you can repeat cheating cycles unless you do that. So when you're Muslim and you're praying and you're praying towards the sun, right? You're waking up in the morning to be able to see. That's what do you think that is? That's to be able to align you with the sun, with the moon, with the stars, learning the order of the universe. But it'd be wild. People be having so much to say. What religious wars? There are no fucking religious wars. None of that shit. There are just people who want to follow other people into hell. And then complain about it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Obviously, there's happiness here. My inner child is finally in a relationship with happiness, so we are happy. Yeah, so we're building up this connection together. Because that's really been the whole thing for me, is healing my inner child from what I had been through with the whole fucking trafficking thing and people trying to kill me and trying to scheme my mom and my family to doing shit against me and trying to put people against me and trying to force people against me. Whether it be my blood relatives or not. But just because you're not in my family, somehow it's like, what? But that's the whole thing I don't understand. It's like, where do you even come to try and compare your family to mine? Or, you know what happened when I was younger? Here's what happened. My mom would always compare me to the other kids, right? She would always be like, I feel like everybody had been through that. You know what I mean? She would always be like, well, why is everybody doing their homework and you're the only one who's not doing their homework? And I'd be like, well, actually, like, how would I be able to respond to that? You know what I mean? So I would just be like, I don't know what to say. Like, you know, I would be like, I don't know. Like, I don't have homework to do right now, like, type shit. Like, and that was really what it is like people are pulling cards on my past, going, maybe it's your past life. No, it's my childhood, bitch. It's my childhood. Y'all are so fucking annoying with that shit. Y'all have so many opinions about your own pain. And it has nothing to do with me. But y'all want to make it seem like I'm the one going through the same thing or other people are going through. Nobody is going through what you're going through. You're alone on it. How would you like that? Now you know you're alone on it. But you're never by yourself, really. And this is how they try to separate y'all from each other. In reality, if I was to say, yeah, I'm by myself, I am by myself. But am I alone? I'm not alone. In fact, Caroline is here, my cat. Caroline is here. Caroline is here. I'm here. What'd you call it? God is here, especially. Jesus Christ, always. Amen. Yeah. This is literally somebody that thinks they're so fucking clever and witty. This is a child. Somebody is giving this. So when I was, when I was over at somebody's house, there was a parent who gave their child, her 15-year-old child, shrooms, and her child was like, this is normal, right? And I was really concerned because I mean, that's one way to do it, but that's not a good way to do it, right? And that's basically what I've been trying to like, wow, like, it's really crazy, yo. And it's like the environment that you have to be in for that to be okay at. Like, people don't know culture. Yeah, and I drank when I was a child, and people smoked too. And you guys are pussies. You guys are scared. You're not even snowflakes. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Stop calling people snowflakes. Y'all are not as complex as that. Y'all are way simpler. Y'all are way simple. Y'all are way too simple to be called snowflakes. Y'all are pussies. Y'all are simply pussies. Y'all are too fucking scared to do anything. It's not about doing everything. It's really about doing anything at all. Y'all are too scared to do anything. So that's why you guys kill and murder and steal and do all this bullshit out of fear. And when we said do not let fear into your heart, what happened? It's like you guys are like, but it's contradictory. What happened? What do you think a fucking exam and a test is? You're just so different. You just have such a dual nature. What do you think a fucking paradox is? Lol, this is funny as fuck. So my twin is learning lessons from me right now, right? My twin is learning lessons from me. I'm learning lessons from my twin. But basically, in his energy, I'm the King of Cups. In my energy, he's the Queen of Wands. So we're mirroring off of other people to be able to identify more about ourselves. Because if we were with each other, all we would see is our souls. You understand? You understand? We would just be seeing our souls. Bro, hugging this guy, it was so awkward. It was so weird. And that's the thing, is that they were trying to make it seem like we were not compatible just so that they would be able to split us apart. Like, leave us alone. We are two normal human beings who are learning lessons in their lives. We are two normal twin flame people who are just learning lessons in our lives. Us, and much like any other human being who is also a twin, is learning lessons in their lives. If y'all really want to gossip and y'all really want to go ahead and do all this and that about it, you better be talking the correct shit then. You better be giving the right reports then. But you guys are not giving a lot of these motherfuckers are all Medusa up in this bitch. And they want to claim it's me. Too late for that. It's too late for that. It's been too late for that. It's been too late for that. Well, art imitates life. What is so fucking complicated about that? What is so fucking complicated about art imitates life, no matter what it's fucking created on this fucking earth? Because I'm going to start foaming in my mouth. Whatever has been created in this fucking earth, anything that's been made in this earth has been made by human hands. You understand? Human hands. God worked through us to be able to make everything that we are possible to make in this earth. And I'm tired of people trying to overcomplicate my speech in order for me to sound a type of way that is confusing for other people when I am perfectly fluent in all of my languages. It's really to that point where people really truly believe that other people are like they're trying to send entities my way to be able to exercise them. Like, what if I send them back to you? Do you understand that when one entity is taken out of a body, 7 more will return to that body? Do you understand that? So whenever you're trying to send me an entity, to me, it's like you're trying to send me 8 entities. So every time you try to send me 8 heads, and those 8 heads turn into 16, don't come looking at me. Y'all are the ones that are trying to buy fucking demonology cards and study demonology bullshit. Who asked? Who asked? Those are all real people who had raped people, harmed people, hurt people, and they had tried to escape hell. The hell that they created for themselves. So meanwhile, I'm talking about angels, spirit guides, ancestors, allies. I'm talking of the light. I'm talking of God. I'm talking about the relationship of our universes and our universe with each other. And we're talking about the mitosis of reality and the truth about the mitochondria and the nucleus and everything about that is real. And people are genuinely out here trying to murder and kill us because they are so afraid that their religion is being threatened. Not even their fucking faith, not even their spirit, not even their truth, not even them, but their religion. Make it make fucking sense. But then they want to act like that's not what they're trying to do. Even in their heads, they're literally reading cards like, oh, I'm about to murder this nigga. Literally in their heads, they're thinking this shit. And they're like trying to claim that that's not what they're doing and the cards are just coming out that way and all is magic, bitch. Okay, so well, if it's magic, it's my magic. Give me back my shit then. And then they want to complain that they don't have magic anymore and I'm taking away their power. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, really, what the fuck is wrong with you? So you're sitting there knowing magic is fully real, abusing your power, and then you're also claiming that you're doing it under God's name, and then doing what? Or under the Most High's name, and then doing what? And that's the part that I'm really trying to understand here. They're claiming that they're divinely guiding people because that is their purpose. No, your purpose was never to think that you had to go through trauma. Heal that first. Heal that first. See y'all.